when it's dark and always night, even when the sun won't give its light, even when the truth must take a bow, and even peace won't come around. Oh, you gotta tell somebody, you gotta tell somebody, oh, just tell somebody. Believe me, just tell somebody that the sun is supposed to shine, that this world is yours and mine, that there are things that we have to do, that they can't scare it out of you. Oh.
This week, a working-class neighborhood protests against a development that would displace them. Multiple religious organizations march against climate change. DC rallies to free Mumia Abu Jamal. And hundreds of women congregate at the Capitol to protest against the war on women. This is JQS News.
Everybody to gather right here. We're asking them not to raise the rents and utilities until the Beauregard small area plan is complete, and that's being voted on in May. We feel that doing that right now just adds undue stress onto essentially a group of 10,000 people that are potentially could be displaced from their houses.
Gracias por estar acá. El problema que estamos viviendo acá es que JPG básicamente está tirando nuestras familias para afuera, incrementando nuestras rentas, nuestras utilidades.
We're here basically because JBG is throwing our families to the curb by raising our rents and utilities.
Muy pronto, dentro de dos años, si ese plan que está en el City Hall pasa, toda nuestra diversidad va a desaparecer.
And soon, in 2 years, if the Beauregard Small Area Plan is approved, all the diversity in Alexandria is going to disappear.
Ahora ya nos está impactando ese plan que ellos traen para esta área, porque están incrementando nuestras rentas en más del 20% a nuestras familias.
They're now raising our rents up to 20% for our families.
En mi caso personal, ¿okay? A mí me está aumentando $200 de renta, lo cual no es justo.
And me personally, they're raising my rent by $200, which is unfair. We're taking this letter here to JBG and giving it to them, asking that they not raise their rent until they meet with us, until they meet with the Beauregard Tenant Association, and until the plan the Beauregard Small Area Plan process is complete.
¿Qué queremos?
Justicia.
¿A qué hora?
No.
Aquí estamos.
Y no nos vamos.
Aquí estamos.
Y no nos vamos.
What kind of things did she tell you, man?
She was just being difficult. She was on the telephone and wasn't coming out because she was helping somebody. It's funny because she has 100 people out here waiting for her. We need 100 people and they need her help. She just took her own little sweet time to come out, and I was really upset when she came out. When she finally did come out, what kind of things did she say? She just wanted the cameras out and the cameras on the sidewalk, not in the office.
Estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha. Entonces, qué pena que no trajeron tape.
At this time, we're going to disperse. We thank you for coming out, and we really appreciate the support, and we're going to continue fighting to the very end to make sure that your voice is heard.
about why you guys are here.
We're here because we are folks religious, from a variety of religious perspectives, who believe that climate change is primarily a moral, an ethical, and spiritual issue. That creation is God's. We're supposed to be caretakers of it, and climate change is a threat to life on Earth as we know it. And we believe God calls us to act now.
So who? What is this part of an organization? Is this?
Yeah, it's the Interfaith Moral Action on Climate Change, IMAC.
And so who do you represent today? Who? What? I can see your scarf here.
I'm a pastor of an American Baptist church. American Baptists, our general secretary has endorsed the statements of IMAC. So I don't know, as a Presbyterian, do you know Presbyterian Church?
Well, we're certainly in sympathy with I'm not sure this organization is new enough. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Taking into consideration and notion of caring for God's creation.
I'm sorry.
No, I had to tell those other young girls.
I want to run that one all the way home. I got a long trip left. I want to loot that trip.
So why? Can you tell me why you're here today?
Well, I'm here in support of the freedom of Mumia Abu Jamal and all political prisoners. I think that African people, black people here are colonial subjects, and we say free them all.
And so tell me a little bit about Mumia.
Yeah, I mean, our position is that, we don't care whether he shot the cop or not, because as an African, as a colonial subject, as a person that comes from the descendants of people that were brought here against their will and had this whole system set up to basically maintain their oppression. They stole the land from the Native Americans, and they stole the labor from African people, and also stole African people's resources. And basically, African people or black people are held here captive. You know what I'm saying? So this whole system is illegitimate. There's no real justice for African or black people. So we say Mumia, as a colonial subject, has a right to resist his oppression. So we don't care if he shot the cop or not. And I think he's innocent, but if he did shoot the cop, he has a right to do that. That's our position.
So tell me a little bit about why you're here today.
I'm here just to let the Department of Justice and everybody that's in the world know that as far as the East is from the West, as long as the North is from the South, where there's no justice, there'll be no peace. And we need to stand together as a people, because the people are the power. We are all the people overcoming wrongs, equalizing rights. And we're all in the struggle together, whether we want to be or not. So
I see you've got people overcoming wrongs, equalizing rights. So tell me, is Power an organization?
Yes, we're an organization based out of Portsmouth, Virginia.
West Virginia?
Portsmouth, Virginia, yes.
And tell me, what is Power? What is the purpose of Power? What are we trying to do?
What we do, we get calls, people, civil rights being violated, or any injustice, and we'll look into the situation and try to make a difference and change the situation.
So what do you think about what's going on with Mumia?
From what I've understand, I think it's a tragedy of injustice. I think that everybody deserves to be treated fairly, whether they're against the government, whether they're being profiled. Justice is for all people, just us, just what it says, justice. And any injustice is a threat to justice everywhere, so we have to come together, and I'm here in support of that.
I'm here to to see that justice is done and that Mumia Abu Jamal is set free completely from prison. He's been in prison for well over 30 years for a crime he didn't commit. He's not guilty of murdering that police officer. So that's why I'm here today.
And I see that you have free all political prisoners. Tell me a little bit about why Mumia is a political prisoner.
This country still has a lot of racism to deal with and problems that stem from politics. Any man who's unjustly accused of a crime that he didn't commit is sitting in prison for many years like he's done. He's still there in the state of Pennsylvania. That's the political prisoner right there.
Wall by wall, we're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal.
One brick by brick, wall by wall, we're gonna free
Mumia Abu Jamal.
So, what is the Global Women's Strike?
We're an international network of women and men who are organizing under the demand, invest in caring, not killing. We want the money going for prisons and war to go instead for caring in our communities, beginning with payment for the work of raising children and caring for people.
wall by wall, we're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal. What you got? Wall by wall, we're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal. Wall by wall, we're gonna free Mumia Abu Jamal.
Tell me a little bit why you're here.
Well, my father is incarcerated, and I think it's important that I represent for him and for all the political prisoners that are arrested around the nations today. And I think it's sad that, you know, we still have racism to this extent in this country.
So do you think your father was incarcerated? You want to say something about that? Or?
He was incarcerated for conspiracy to the government. He's in a medical hospital in Ayer, Massachusetts. The condition that he's been in is very horrible. He's supposed to be receiving medical attention. They had to amputate his right arm down from his wrist because he got bit by a spider in the jail. What type of system is that where we don't take care of our people and we let our own people die in these systems?
And so what do you want to say to Mumia? What do you want to say about Mumia?
I want to say thank you for his words of wisdom. I was able to speak to him during an organizing march, and I just say we're here brick by brick, wall by wall to free you.
Tell me a bit why you're here, man.
Here trying to stand up for the people, the oppressed people, the people that's poor. You know, the minority people right now in this country are being massively incarcerated by a government that we trust, that we pay taxes. And we're out here exercising our First Amendment to peacefully assemble. Mumia is nothing but symbolism of a bunch of brothers locked up to us, to minority community, and to people, white people, or Asian, whoever. We all know, if you're part of this movement, it's deeper than Mumia. It's millions of Mumias, you know what I mean? It's like Trayvon Martin. It was millions of Trayvon Martins, you know what I mean? They just don't get talked about.
I see you're holding a really unusual flag there.
Yeah.
But tell me what it's about, man.
What do you think it's about? That's what it's about mostly.
It looks like a broken black sun.
A broken black sun. I really need to articulate the lightning bolt better then.
Oh.
People have been seeing the break and not the lightning bolt. The hope is that it's like power from a black sun.
Oh, I see.
And then like the rays are revolving. So revolution as usual, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got maybe a little bit sharper, maybe?
Could be. Yeah, I painted it on the roof in the wind.
Oh, I see. So you got an excuse then.
Mumia Abu Jamal, brick by brick, wall by wall, we burn free.
What's your sign back?
Mumia Abu Jamal, brick by brick, wall by wall, we burn free. Mumia Abu Jamal, fight back, fight back, fight back. Dirty ass cops, we don't need them, freedom, freedom, dirty ass cops. I went overseas,
to fight for this country, oil and death, and now I am dying myself. I'm sick and tired. My brothers and sisters dying for this country without fucking reason.
I challenge them that they made a mistake.
Police, and if anything happens, fuck the police building. Their asses are going to be grass. We also have another beautiful person, Sister Bariki, who by the way, is Mumia's.
We say fight back, they say get back. We say check, mic check, mic check.
This is what
happens to innocent people who fight for their rights. These are the things you will not learn in your history book. Remember.
Solidarity forever.
And yet without a brain and muscle. Solidarity forever.
Yes, Suzanne?
Your voice does not matter. They're using you.
Yes, Suzanne?
Go, Suzanne!
Go, Suzanne!
Go, Suzanne! Proud of you!
Yes, Suzanne!
Their health, their economic status, their education, and in general, women's rights. I believe wholeheartedly that we are humans first, before we are males and females, before we are black, white, red, green, and purple. Right now, we're not okay.
Right.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm not okay either.
So why are we seeing all this legislation?
Right.
What's happening out there that is causing all of this bad stuff to come through state legislatures and our Congress? It's because we do not have enough players on the field. We don't have enough women elected to be able to make the change, to play offense or defense. In fact, for every 10 players that men have on the field, women have 2. Please, run for office. Wherever you're from, you need more women at the table, especially more Democratic women, or progressive women. And we need progressive men too, but I want to correct the disproportionate representation that is all over this country. You would not be able to see all of these bills come through. In 45 of 46 state legislatures that have met so far this year, in 45 of 46, bills have been introduced to curb the choices that we make with our own bodies.
Could you tell me a little bit about it, actually?
Sure. This is Wanda. Wanda's a wandering uterus. She gets around. She's here to say, get your hands off. This is my business. And so she just wanted to come out to the rally to say, mitts off, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right for you. That's all right, Mama. Just any way you do. With me hanging around your door, but that's all. Anyway. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama. In 2013.
You've never had that. And I want you to know a little bit more about me. I am a middle-aged, white, middle-class, overeducated, feminist, transgender, vegan woman. And finally, and very importantly for those of us who live on the intersections, I want to remind us that the war on women is really a war on the efforts we've been making for centuries to level the playing field. It's a war on the poor. It's a war on young people. It's a war on seniors. It's a war on racial minorities. It's a war on indigenous people. It's a war on LGBT people. This week we saw this really starkly right across the street in the Senate when they debated the Violence Against Women's Act, or VAWA. This was another case where the intersection of LGBT and women really came into play, because dozens of United States senators voted against VAWA, something that many of them had supported before, because this time, not only was it protecting women, it was protecting immigrant women, it was protecting lesbian women, and it was protecting transgender women.